So, welcome with me, Nancy Oyam.
Hi guys. Thank you so much
It's
for
good to
having
have you here
me.
today, Nancy. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, and can you tell us a brief about you? We know about Nancy. We know she's an entrepreneur,
hmm
the face behind the Dream Space events, the go-to if everybody is, the
Yeah.
go-to event center in Manitoba. So, can you tell us a bit about you, your entrepreneur journey? How you
Yes.
were able to get to this point, like get to a phase where everybody wants to be like Nancy, everybody wants to
Oh
achieve,
my.
so tell us about it.
Well, for me, first of all, I'm a wife, I'm a mother. I have
Yeah.
3 kids, and aside from that, yes, I'm a full entrepreneur. I do work with the Dream Space. That's my baby, and I
Mm-hmm.
started with that a long time ago when I was actually 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, I was doing makeup artists, working with Sears, and I had some side gigs on the side. And then it led me from one entrepreneurial journey to another,
Mm-hmm.
where I learned how to be resilient, how to be hardworking and dedicated, and all those attributes that we all need as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And then where it got me to this day with the
Hmm.
dream space.
So what actually inspired you to start the entrepreneur journey?
I think my parents, because it's kind of like a cliche, but it really is. Because my mom was always, she had her full time job, but she was an entrepreneur. She was always
Mm-hmm.
selling things on the side. And my dad as well. My dad was a judge, but then he also was doing his own thing on the side,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that both of them combined made me be who I am, really wanting not to just be a 9 to 5 person, but
Mm-hmm.
create my own
So we
thing.
can say it's genetic, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So that sounds good. Most of us, I think, we also get those things from, our parents, or maybe
Yes,
someone from the family is actually an entrepreneur, and so your parents actually inspired you,
for
right?
sure. Yeah,
That
big
sounds
one.
good. Okay, so in the early days, what was the hardest reality check you faced as an entrepreneur?
I think there's been quite a few, and the biggest one that I would talk about is more finances, right?
Hmm.
Um, how do you get financing to establish your dream? Because obviously, if your dream for me, like with the venue, it's
Mm-hmm.
a huge one. You have to
Hmm.
buy the building, you have
Yeah.
to buy the equipment, finance all these things. Like
Mm-hmm.
now, coming from a place is like, where do I put
Mm-hmm.
all
Put
that
that,
now? How
yeah.
does it become? That was the biggest challenge and hurdle that we had to face and like to bring it through.
Mm-hmm.
And then finding the clientele, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not giving up, posting all the time, being consistent,
Yeah.
and then really finding out what it is about sales and how to be a better
Mm-hmm.
salesperson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think so many people actually have this challenge too, the
Hmm.
finance part, and some people are actually, they have this dream and a lot of ideas in them, but to bring it to reality, it's about, like, how do I go about it? How do I
Yeah.
finance this? So can you share a bit of how you were able to achieve what you achieved?
Yeah, I think I did most was I had to believe in the dream myself, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
like before anybody else can believe it,
Yes,
you have to be able to
exactly,
believe it. You have to know your numbers.
exactly.
When somebody asks you like, "Well, how much does this cost?"
Yeah.
and then you have to be able to present it to
Mm-hmm.
investors.
Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna be faced with a lot of no's,
Mm-hmm.
no's, no's,
Yeah.
but then that shouldn't stop you because if you feel like that's what you want,
Mm-hmm.
you will have to find a way, and then you will
Exactly.
find people who will support you.
Yeah.
Like, not your family members are not going to support you too. So you have to find people on the outside that are there, that are
Mm-hmm.
willing to go to the extra mile, and that's what
Extra
I
mile.
did with
Yeah.
the dream space. I found people who didn't even know that we existed,
Hmm.
that were able to come on board, partner up, and buy the building on our behalf, and
Yeah.
then we're financing it through them. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like a whole other strategic
Yeah.
sessions. You have to go and meet with people, continuously put yourself out there,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like you're kind of like naked,
Yeah.
but you have to.
You
So
have
it's,
to. Yeah.
yeah, to be able to get it done.
Yeah. That's inspiring. And so was there a time you almost gave up in this
Yeah.
journey?
For sure. Like I like honestly it's like every other day I'm like, oh, should I keep going? But then when you look at it, you have a flashback, you like you look at the numbers, you're like, what? No.
Yeah.
But you know what makes me feel like I don't wanna keep going
Mm-hmm.
sometimes? It becomes the pressure that we
Mm.
face, right, as
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneur,
Mm-hmm.
and like it feels sometimes overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
And also I'm a people pleaser. Like I
Mm-hmm.
always like to say yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes to
so
everybody. So I had to learn how to say
to
no
know.
to be able to um, create that space where I don't
Yeah.
feel where I'm not overwhelmed, where I feel like I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna quit. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one thing I had to really readjust in
So
myself.
saying no as an entrepreneur, it's a very good thing to
Yeah.
learn. Yeah,
Yeah.
because so many people are just gonna walk over you, and yeah,
Exactly.
so
Have those boundaries set up. Yeah.
exactly. So, how did you go from nothing, starting afresh to execution? How were you able to execute? You're
Yeah.
talking about your personal life, your family, putting all those things in measure, and you were able to achieve this thing. The execution part, I just want you to share a story like the execution part.
Mm-hmm.
You were able to do this, like so people are looking at you. I want to be like Nancy.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
I met a girl and she was like, that Nancy. She has. I want to have an event, something like this. Later
Mm-hmm.
in future, but so how were you able to do the execution? How were you able to execute everything?
Yeah, I think number one is having faith in God, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
that was the biggest thing. Just
Yeah.
um putting my strength back in him and then starting to really rely everything on him and then
Mm-hmm.
building from there.
Yeah.
That's where I get all my strength from. And
Mm-hmm.
then of course using systems like ChatGTP is my best friend.
ChatGPT is everybody's best friend, I guess.
Yeah, and then like use other AI systems to be
Mm-hmm.
able to really like before I want to execute like for instance like different departments like marketing,
Yeah.
even like products, like to know what's trending and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. Like I do a lot of research
Yeah.
and then afterwards I go ahead and purchase it and
Mm-hmm.
launch it and all that. So it's like you have to be able to be self-motivating,
Hmm.
so you can't really rely on other people to motivate you,
Meet you. Yeah.
because once you start doing that you're going to always be faced with being emotionally driven,
Hmm.
compared to like it doesn't matter if you're tired, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
you're done, you have
Yeah.
to
You have
you have
to.
to keep
Yeah. You
pushing
have to keep
until
pushing.
the
Hmm.
execution is completed.
Exactly.
Like especially for me with events, it's like somebody's big special day,
Mm-hmm.
you're tired, what are you going to do? You're still going to show up
Yes, sir.
because it's a big
Yeah.
thing for you, because that's the client that you need that will bring more people behind them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to know how to execute it properly, and then if it doesn't work out, what do you do then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you just give up and
Give
walk
up.
away
Yeah.
because
Okay.
one party didn't work out or somebody
Mm.
said they didn't like the way you did balloons or the decoration? No.
Hmm.
You just apologize,
Yeah.
make it better for
Mm-hmm.
them, and then next time you come back better, right?
Yeah.
It's like you fell back, but then how do you get back up again? You
Exactly.
rebrand a little bit and be like, okay, maybe how we showed up late or
Mm.
we didn't pack
Mm.
enough thing.
Yeah.
Next time I have to make sure I pack enough napkins, even
Yeah.
more than enough,
Mm-hmm.
just in case, right? People change last minute. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
those modification along the
So
ways.
that's I think that actually brought us to sustainability
Yes.
for entrepreneurs. So I was about
Mm-hmm.
to ask you that how were you able to sustain, because sustainability is something that is very hard for entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
Some people start and they could not even get to anywhere, and
Yes.
they just gave up in the middle of the way of the
Yeah.
journey. Like, I'm so tired. I don't think I can do this again.
Mm-hmm.
They gave up and all that. So what kept you? How were you able to sustain, all this, your business, and that keeps going now? Is it
Mm-hmm.
structure? Is
Mm-hmm.
it something you put in place, like this thing? It has to be fixed like this,
Mm-hmm.
and for it to be, to
Yeah.
keep going. So what were you able to do?
So for me, it was more so of having the pressure of financing, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest. Because
Hmm.
for me, it's like I
I
know,
love the way you're emphasizing on this finance
yes,
part because
because I know every month I have to pay like $5,000 a
oh
month.
my god.
A month. So I'm like, okay, I have to
that's
execute
that's a drive,
regardless.
yeah.
Yes, regardless. I can't
Mm-hmm.
give up because I already signed in the bank like I'm
Oh
giving
my
you 5 years and five
Oh
thousand
my
dollars you're taking
God.
from me every month,
Every
right?
month.
So it's like I have no choice but to show up unless if I
Oh
want
my.
to end up like God forbid
Oh shit.
bankrupt or so it's like I have to regardless. And then
Mhm.
even aside if I didn't have that financing in place, but for the fact that people already know the dream space,
Mhm.
the name is out there.
Yeah.
So you have to now rely on your name, your brand. How do you
Mhm.
want people to see you?
See.
So that also drives me a lot to keep going and not stop halfway. Like it doesn't matter. And Google reviews,
Yeah,
like I'm
Google
just like
reviews.
what the client
Yeah.
thinks, right, about you, about your business.
Mhm.
That's how you're gonna get better, right?
Mhm.
So that's one thing that just keeps,
Keep going.
yeah,
So
and making it
yeah.
sustainable and not quitting halfway.
Not quitting halfway,
Mm-hmm.
because when you remember I have bills to pay, the bank is gonna come after me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it keeps motivating
Mm-hmm.
you that no, I have to go after this,
Yeah,
and
you have to make
yeah,
that phone call. You have
you
to
have to
like,
make that phone
yeah.
call. You have to, call that client. When are you renting out this place and
Yeah.
all that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think those are things that actually make you have to put yourself in a tight corner sometimes. It's like a
Yes.
pressure.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure actually helps, entrepreneur
Yes.
to move
Move
forward,
forward.
because if you don't have something that is chasing you, you
Mm-hmm.
would have to, run after something sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe our bills, our responsibilities, and all
Mm-hmm.
those things actually drive us,
Mm-hmm.
more. And
Yeah, and even for me too, it's like I just think about like what am I gonna leave behind with my children, right? Because like I
mm-hmm,
feel like we're at the age
mm-hmm,
where we need to also establish that. Because like the Bible talks about a good man leaves behind generation, well,
yeah,
for the second and the third generation.
mm-hmm,
So we have to be able to see, okay, what are we establishing right now
mm-hmm,
to pass down?
yeah,
It's not just about the men, sometimes like we look at, oh, our dad, he
mm-hmm,
passed away and then
yeah,
he left us all these things.
yeah,
But what about us as ladies? What
exactly,
are we leaving them aside from like good counsel, advices, da
exactly.
da da? Like I want it to be different where it's like my daughter, my son, they all have like the dream space.
Mm-hmm.
They can take over,
Favor, yeah.
and like that's also one big thing.
Thing,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that sounds good. Like living for generations, and
Mhm.
you're the leader, you're the father, you are the path
Yeah.
creator. Like I created this path for my kids. I don't want my kids to suffer when I'm no
Mhm.
more and all that. So that's a very big one too.
Yeah.
To the next question, how do you handle uncertainty, risk,
Mhm.
and you know when you're talking about your business, how do you
Mhm.
handle those things?
Well, it's a lot of planning that helped me to handle and navigate through like risk and challenges that may arise. Like for example, with our business, it's more so of staffing.
Mm-hmm.
I always make sure like I have backup people. If not, worst comes to worst, it's myself and my
Mm-hmm.
husband that will get the job done. But um like I always have all my system put in place, like with my accounting, I
Mm-hmm.
make sure it's straight, and like my knowing where all the other event products are. I also use another application to track where it's
Okay.
going through
Mm-hmm.
all that. But it's really important to have all those systems in
Yeah,
place.
all
Yeah.
the systems, so to keep the structure
Yes.
going and all
Yeah.
that. Okay, so what has been your most impactful, moment or breakthrough? Like the time you look back and say, oh, or maybe something happened, like a transformation for your business. You know,
Hmm.
you have any time that your business just boom and everybody is the talk of the town, and you have any moment like that?
Um, I feel like yes and no.
Okay.
I
I
would
want to
say
hear the yes part and I
okay.
want to hear the no part. So you have to give me.
Okay, so well, the yes is more so when we did our grand opening,
Okay.
just to have everybody there, and that moment was like, oh wow, oh my goodness, like
Mm,
we're actually doing this, like because we had the mayor come out, we had
mm-hmm,
so many people that gathered at the grand opening, and
mm-hmm,
it was just amazing because at that point we weren't even sure if we were going to be able to have a grand opening
mm.
because our building, it was brand new,
Okay.
so we didn't have hydro, we didn't have a lot
Oh.
of things. They kept telling us they were coming to put it, but they never came, so it
Mm-hmm,
was always delayed, delayed,
mm-hmm,
delayed. So the builder that we partnered with,
Mm-hmm.
they're so good. Oh my, that's another story.
No,
But
okay.
yeah, they pushed us and they said, you know what, just have it.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact that we didn't have gas that day, but we had
Mm-hmm.
electricity, they're like, it's good enough. You're not pushing it back. Just get going. Because they also wanted to start getting paid too, you know?
Yeah.
So, but it just all worked out and it was just so amazing. It was by God's grace. And seeing everybody that came out, it was just so unreal and surreal. And now my no is more so because I have so many goals where
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I'm still pushing, I'm not there yet. You
Yeah.
know? So it's like, and that's why I'm saying,
Mm.
not yet. But to other people, like they can
Yeah.
see, like, oh yeah, she made it. But me, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm
No,
still
still
trying.
there. Okay, so I think that would also lead to a question like, how do you manage your business with personal life, like
Hmm.
marriage, and for an aspiring entrepreneur looking forward to be like Nancy, what message would you like to pass, and how do you even manage it,
Hmm.
business and your home? As a woman, sometimes they say women can do it, like we feel,
Yeah.
and sometimes, but we used to, break record and show them we can.
Hmm.
So I would like you to share your journey, like, your experience and your thoughts about it. Like,
Hmm.
how do you share your personal life? How do you manage situations, um, for both things to,
Hmm.
to balance?
Well, for me, it's I had to learn to accept that not being okay is okay.
Yes, not being
Like,
okay is okay.
yeah,
Wow.
like not everything's gonna be perfect. Like,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I want the perfect business, the perfect household, the perfect kids,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not gonna be happening.
Hmm.
So you're gonna be really good at one thing, but terrible at the other.
Hmm.
So, and there's gonna be days where it's like the opposite. So I've learned that, so one week I have to concentrate with the dream space. My schedule is really packed. But
Hmm.
then the following week I have to give it to my
Your
family. So
family.
what I do now, for example, with meals and everything, I
Mm-hmm.
meal prep, right? At
Mm-hmm.
least everybody has their food. I know, like groceries, I don't have time to go buy groceries, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to buy groceries because my
Mm-hmm.
husband too is
Mm-hmm.
also full-time mortgage. He also does his own things.
Yeah.
It's not on him, it's on me.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do, just I order groceries from Instacart, they deliver
The
it, and
delivery.
then I can cook it. Cause like
Mm-hmm.
that part alone used to take me so much time from my
Mm-hmm.
schedule. I couldn't do it, and I was really failing at that.
Hmm.
So now once I did that switch, the food is already there. Now I know the next day I'm cooking a whole batch of stuff that
Hmm.
nobody will come and
No,
ask
man,
me
ask
on
you.
Saturday when I'm setting up. Oh, I'm hungry.
I'm
So
hungry.
everything is in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can warm it up and they're good.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the dream space, it's like it used to eat me up too, to be honest, because it's like you have that mom guilt,
Mm-hmm.
when you're there shining, and then you realize, oh, these kids they haven't eaten. I'm just gonna give them McDonald's, but then it's
Mm.
like it's not healthy.
Yeah.
But I had to go back and restructure my things
Destruction.
because it wasn't working. But
Mm-hmm.
just learning that it's okay if they eat out like once a week,
Mm-hmm.
but it's okay if they're home.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna go there. It's That's how they're also gonna learn. So I
Mm-hmm.
also had to get them involved in
Mm-hmm.
the dream space to know
Yeah.
that
To
I'm not
know.
just sitting
Sitting.
around
Yeah.
watching TikTok, whatever
Mm.
that I don't want to
So
do.
this is what is taking mom's
Yes,
time.
yes. So they got involved and they started understanding too. So it was like we all gave each other grace
Grace.
to
Yeah.
be able to be where I am today. And yeah, it's been a journey.
That's inspiring. So you need to balance work and
Yes.
balance business
Mhm.
and family by structuring and
Mhm.
having a plan of, because it's good to also plan. If,
Yes.
yeah, like you said, you have a timetable of how your week is gonna
Yeah.
go. You give your business a particular week and you give your
Mhm.
family another
Another
week.
week.
So
Exactly.
that's one thing to learn,
Mhm.
and okay, so to every young aspiring entrepreneur watching
Mhm.
you right now, so what would be your advice,
Mhm.
to an aspiring or existing entrepreneur, thinking, oh God, I'm stuck right now. How am I gonna do this? I'm just
Mhm.
tired. I want to give up. I'm at the point of giving up as
Mhm.
an entrepreneur. So what would be your advice, like a take home for them to have in their head, and it's gonna stick with them, and
Mhm.
it's gonna be impactful. So what would you tell them?
I would say to put it on paper. put it on paper. What I mean is like have a plan that you want to execute. 1 year, 5 year, 10
Mm.
years goals, and then list out every items how you want it done, right? Um, and then to be able to now take actionable steps
Actionable
to be
steps.
able to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you say, oh, well, for example, you're a makeup artist or a lash tech,
Mm-hmm.
you want to be able to get known. So, how many clients do you need to book in a week
Hmm.
that will make your portfolio come
Portfolio.
to life? And
Yeah.
then to what how are you going to now go get those clients?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing to get there?
Hmm.
So, all those are action steps that you need to write down and say, okay, today I'm on Facebook Market. I'm
Mm-hmm.
posting my lash techs
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
whatever on Facebook Market where people can contact me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big place that
Yeah.
people don't even know
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Facebook Market. And that's
Yeah.
how I got started, was
Mm-hmm.
Facebook Market,
Oh, really? So
marketplace. Yes.
you were advertising the dream space on
Yes.
Facebook Market?
Not just the dream space, but more so of the rental items, like the
Okay.
bouncy
Okay.
castles
Okay.
and all
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people, like, even till now, it's still there.
It's still.
So it's still contacting me because that's a
Mm-hmm.
whole thing, right? And like social media now, it's like anybody can go viral. So
Exactly.
it's just gonna take that 1 second,
Mm-hmm.
that because you wrote it down and now you are going to work
Work
at
on.
it.
Yeah.
It's what's gonna change it, right? Like even today, like we planned for this and we put
Exactly.
it on paper. You
Exactly.
emailed me. You
Exactly.
told me this is what we want to talk about. So
Exactly.
now we're doing it. But if you're just gonna be like having the idea in
Yeah.
your
And
head,
not penning it down.
no, like
Hmm.
you're still in la la land, to be honest.
Mm.
You're
Say that
still
again.
dreaming.
In la la.
You're still la la land. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's actually a very good one. It's great to have Nancy on the show today, and she shared from vision to victory. That's the theme for this podcast. She has been able to share a vision and to victory with you, and I hope you have been able to, or we take something home from this episode. So thank you very
Mhm.
much, Nancy.
Thank you
It's
so
great
much.
to have you here.
Thanks so much, guys.